Good morning to all. Welcome to Department of Electronic Science, Abida Namdar Senior College, Pune. Myself is Atiya Sheikh, working as an assistant professor in the department. I am here to introduce my department. My department is established in year 1991. It is one of the most fascinating and active department of the college. The department has highly qualified faculty involved in teaching as well as research work. Our department actively participates and conducts various activities in the college, such as science exhibition, guest lectures, study tour, etc. We are four faculty members of the department. Dr. Kurne Inamdar Faiz Ahmed is the head of the department. Mrs. Rabia Sayyed is assistant professor, and myself is also working as assistant professor. Mr. Dattatreya Shenkar is the lab attendant of the department. We have well equipped laboratories, qualified staff. The students are exposed to various topics such as microcontrollers, embedded system, communication, etc. We also have the digital classroom and ICT enabled laboratories. Our department has various sections as laboratories and departmental library. Our laboratory has again three sections. It is an analog and digital laboratory. We are having computer laboratory with 24 by 7 internet facility. We also have microcontroller interfacing laboratory. Our other section has the departmental library which have various books for student. Our department conducts different activity everywhere and our student participate in all the activities. The activities conducted by the department are guest lectures, student seminars, science exhibition, participation in intercollegiate competition. We can also conduct educational tour. We also conduct brainstorming quizzes. Our students actively participate in the intercollegiate competition and won first prizes in different colleges. This year, our student won first prize in Genpa Sopan and Dr. D.Y. Patil College, Pune in electronics project. This shows our student achievement for every year from 2012 till now. And we also conducted solar lamp making workshop this year. About 50 students has been participated in this workshop and made solar lamp individually. We have successfully completed this workshop. Different applications of the electronic equipment used in the electronic laboratories are analog and digital multimeter, cathode ray oscilloscope, function generators, or spectrum analyzers. These instruments are very much essential element of electronics. They are used for testing equipment which are essential to any serious work on electronic system. We can also use this device to check the defective components in various electrical circuits. These are used to create signals and capture responses from electronic devices under test. In this way, for proper operation of the electronic devices under test, it can be proven or false in the devices can be traced. These are the measuring instruments which are available in our department: digital multimeter, analog multimeter, signal generator, and cathode ray oscilloscope. Here, I hand over to next session to Mrs. Rabia Sayyed for demonstration of cathode ray oscilloscope and function generator.
Now, myself, Rabia Sayyed, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electronic Science, Abeda Inamdar Senior College. Today, I am going to demonstrate cathode ray oscilloscope along with function generator. Here is the front panel of this cathode ray oscilloscope. Here you can see a sine wave is displayed on its screen. Here we have three channels, channel 1, channel 2 and channel 3. Channel 1 and channel 2, they are used for amplitude measurement, whereas third channel, time per division knob, is used for time period measurement. Here we have Y shift. If you want to shift your waveform up and down, here you have X shift. You can shift your wave on horizontal axis also. Let us see some introductory part about cathode ray oscilloscope. A cathode ray oscilloscope, in short we can say CRO, is an instrument generally used in a laboratory to display, measure and analyze various waveforms of electrical circuits. A cathode ray oscilloscope is a very fast XY plotter that can display an input signal versus time. Nowadays, most oscilloscopes are available with LCD, which is liquid crystal display also. Let us see few applications of this cathode ray oscilloscope. There are uncountable applications of cathode ray oscilloscopes. They are: the CRO traces the actual waveform of an electrical signal. It also determines the amplitude of the waveforms. Here waveforms could be sine wave, square wave, triangular wave or sawtooth wave, etc. It can compare the phases and frequencies of the electrical signals. It measures capacitance as well as inductance values. The common application of this cathode ray oscilloscope is nothing but, which we are using in our day-to-day life, is nothing but a television. CRO have wide applications in the medical field also for displaying heartbeat rates. In case of electrocardiogram, we can have heartbeat rates to be displayed using this CRO screen, nervous reactions, etc. Medical practitioners use CROs for all these purposes. CRO is used for research purposes also. When scientists are designing a new circuit, they check voltage, current waveforms of each part of the circuit using this cathode ray oscilloscope instrument. Using CRO, properties of non-electrical parameters can also be analyzed. The mechanical vibrations in beams and machinery, the variation of pH in a solution, the temperature fluctuations as well as the patient's heartbeats can be analyzed with the help of this cathode ray oscilloscope. In case of current measurement, we can measure the value of current or magnitude and direction of current using CRO. In case of voltage measurement, we can measure AC voltages as well as DC voltages with the help of this CRO. Here AC stands for alternating current and DC stands for direct current. In case of frequency measurement, we not only measure voltage and current using CRO, but we can also measure the frequency of signal by calculating the time period. Once we measure the time period of a signal, then we can easily measure the frequency. The measurement of the time period using CRO is very easy. Here you can observe or you can see different types of waveforms. The first waveform is of sine wave. Then we have complex wave, triangular wave, and the square wave. We generally use square wave in case of digital electronics where we require logic level high and logic level low. The top line indicates logic level high, or you can say on, or you can say 1. The bottom line indicates here the off state or logic level low. So this is how we have 1 and 0 states in case of square wave, which are very much useful in case of digital electronics. Now let's see how the measurement of frequency using CRO. We cannot measure frequency directly with the help of CRO, or you can say in short, CRO never gives us frequency directly. Here, first we have to measure the time period, and by knowing time period, we can easily calculate frequency with the help of formula F is equal to 1 by T in Hertz. Hertz is the unit of frequency. Let's see about sine wave. Here we have a display of sine wave on CRO screen. Here we have to measure the time period, which is the distance between two adjacent peaks, which is denoted by capital D, and we have to multiply with the time per division knob position value along with milli or microseconds. Here you can see the sine wave displayed on CRO screen. Here the adjacent, these two this arrow shows that the distance between two adjacent peaks, and you have to multiply that value along with this time per division of position multiplied by milli or microsecond value. Okay. Now, in case of amplitude measurement, instead of taking horizontal reading, we will measure the vertical value from top to bottom. This distance is multiplied by this channel. You can use either of these two channels because already I have said these two channels are used for amplitude measurement. So here I'll note down the value, peak to peak value of this waveform, and we can multiply the channel 2 value with this value, vertical value, we will get the amplitude of this particular sine wave. That means note down A value, top to bottom, multiply by this time volt per division knob, you will get amplitude of this particular sine wave. Thank you. Here we need a function generator, a CRO, as well as a cable to connect CRO and function generator, which is known as probe. Now here this function generator is going to generate different types of waveforms like sine wave, square wave, triangular wave, and sawtooth wave, which is displayed on the CRO screen. Here let us see about sine wave. When I press sine wave with the help of this switch, the sine wave is displayed on the CRO screen. From this, we have to measure time period to find frequency. Always remember, CRO never gives you frequency. By calculating time period and by using formula f is equal to 1 by t, we can easily calculate frequency in hertz. So let us see how to calculate or observe time period using CRO screen. Here we have sine wave, which is generated by a function generator. Let us adjust with the help of this knob on the x axis. Here we have to consider the whole complete cycle. If I assume this as 0, my cycle starts from here and it takes positive half cycle and negative half cycle, so that I'll get a complete 360-degree cycle. So if I assume from here this side, so here there are two boxes and one more line is there. Here one line corresponds to 0.2. If I start like this by counting 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.82, and one more line is of 0.2. So this is how we have 2.2 as the value, and I should multiply that value by this second per division knob, which is at this situation it is indicating 0.2 and milliseconds. So my value here is for time period 2.2 into 0.2 millisecond. Once we get this time period, by using formula f is equal to 1 by t, you can easily find out the frequency in hertz. Now let us see about the amplitude. Amplitude means we have to consider the peak to peak value. This is positive peak and this is negative peak. If I say amplitude, I must calculate from top to bottom. Okay, so here again if I assume this as my reference point as 0, then start from here till this peak. Okay, so we start counting like this: 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.81, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.82. So this is how we can calculate the amplitude. So in this case, we have two boxes. You may count like two boxes or number of lines multiplied by 0.2. So here there are one box is of 1 centimeter. So here it covers two boxes. So 2 into here it indicates 0.2 and the unit for amplitude is volt. So my value is 2 into 0.2 volts. So this is how we can calculate amplitude peak to peak multiplied by volts per division of position. Here, if I press square wave, again we can easily calculate its time period as well as amplitude. The time period can be measured from this point to this point. The top line is known as logic level high and the bottom line is known as logic level low. So this is nothing but a square wave. If I start from this side, I should end up here for total time period t. Again multiply by this seconds per division knob along with millisecond. We will get time period, and again after substituting in the formula f is equal to 1 by t, I'll get frequency for this square wave. Similarly, we can go for triangular wave also. So if you see the front panel of this function generator, here different types of waveform switches are there. The moment you press sine wave is observed on the CRO screen. If you press square wave, you will be having square wave on the CRO screen. And if you have triangular wave, press triangular wave switch, you will get triangular wave on the CRO screen. Here you can see a display that indicates the frequency of this particular wave multiplied by this. Is it here 1K, 10K is there. Okay, so you can press 1K and you can easily get the frequency for this particular triangular wave. Thank you.
Welcome you all. Myself, Dr. Kunay Faiz Ahmed, Head, Department of Electronic Science, Abeda Inamdar Senior College, Azam Campus. The title of this presentation is IoT-based home automation using ESP8266 module. What is home automation system? The system is used for controlling home appliances automatically, sometimes remotely, with the help of various control systems. The home automation system can be used for controlling the indoor and outdoor lights, temperature, ventilation, etc. It is also useful to control air conditioning in the house, to lock or open the doors and gates, to control other electrical and electronic appliances, and so on. IoT-based home automation using Android smartphone. This system will control various electrical appliances remotely over internet using Internet of Things, that is IoT. For this, a smartphone with Android application and user configurable GUI front end can be used. This system uses a combination of hardware and software to control appliances and devices within a home. Home automation not only refers to reduce human efforts, but also energy efficiency and time saving. The setup required for this, first of all, we need a smartphone with Android OS version 4.2 plus or iOS version 9 plus. This Blink does not run on Windows phones or Blackberries or other dead platform. So we have to stick with these two options. Then second requirement is IoT hardware. The Blink supports more than 400 boards. For example, Arduino board, ARM board, MicroPython, Node.js, or ESP8266 module, etc. Then third part which we need is internet connection. To connect hardware to the internet, one can choose any module, either built-in or external shield, such as Wi-Fi, Ethernet, cellular with 2G, 3G, 4G, or LTE option. Then we can use serial USB via computer, or we can use Bluetooth option. This is the setup, hardware block diagram of this setup. The heart of project is Wi-Fi ESP8266 module based on Node MCU development board. This board is easy to use and low cost. You can see the figure hardware setup for controlling any applications. This Blink is the app installed on our mobile. This part is at remote station somewhere through which we can control bulb, fan, electric fan or motors, etc. with the help of relay. So by changing here the mode, we can switch on or switch off any device whichever we need without connecting any wire. It is wireless. Here you can see the example. This is the app called as Blink app. This button will turn on the bulb or turn off the bulb. This is the hardware setup kept somewhere else. It is at remote station. This device is called as Wi-Fi module is ESP8266. This device is connected to bulb through a switch called as relay switch. So when we switch on this button, it will send the signal through Wi-Fi system to this module. This module will create a signal through relay and will turn on or off the bulb. So you can see here this Blink app on the mobile. This app can be installed through Play Store. This is the name of this app, Blink IoT for Arduino or ESP module or Raspberry Pi. After installing, you will see this type of software on the screen and you can control any device without using any wire. One more thing, this device can be, this system can be controlled from anywhere. Not only we have to stay in Pune, we can control from anywhere through internet cloud. Now I will show you the demo for this. Yes, now I'm going to present home automation using Android mobile. Now this is the home inside which I'm keeping one bulb that is controlled by the Wi-Fi system. Now this system consists of one bulb inside as a load, then ESP module which will control this bulb through Wi-Fi network. Then there is a relay switch to control this bulb. Relay switch is connected to AC mains. So we are giving AC mains to this relay and bulb. This device will switch on or switch off through mobile control device. So this is the app which will control the mobile. When I press button on, it will turn on the bulb. So now home is enlightened. When I switch off, then it will shut down. So in this way, I can control n number of applications. This is only one icon you can see here which is used to control bulb. Suppose I want to control bulb and fan, then I have to add here one more application to control fan. In this way, I can add the buttons and I can add here electrical appliances. So here is a simple demo. It will be switch on, switch off immediately. If you are in the car, you can control your home from car also without any disturbance. Okay, thank you.